So this is a tricky one. So I think I have to be super honest here. Like, I work, as I've said many times, for a variety of different women, and sometimes it is my job to guide my clients into understanding that they're actually being gaslighted. And my clients, current and previous, will no likely tell you that I'm really honest in a very loving way. I will guide them, I will guide you into being able to feel supported in making strong decisions. So if you're potentially watching this thinking you might be gaslighted, before I trigger you, yes, there might have to be hard decisions to be made. Equally, it might be anxiety, relationship anxiety, whichever word you now want to call it. Here's the thing, here's what I try and guide my clients. Sometimes when we're in such an emotional state, and how the brain works is we need to start looking for evidence, because our brain all day long is looking for evidence to back up our thoughts. We have that many thoughts that our brain cannot negotiate them all, or navigate them all rather. So it will focus on the ones that are to keep us safe. It's just the way our brain's built. So that being said, what I try and guide my clients through to doing, or what I guide them through doing, is starting to look for the evidence. So quite often in actual gaslighting, the person is trying to project onto you what they're doing. So they might be like, "You're being really moody." You know, I'm not actually being moody. I'm just trying to explain to you. Yes, you are. Look at you, you're just starting all over again. I don't know why you're bringing up the same argument all over again. You know, I'm not bringing up. I'm trying to resolve the situation. Now, here's two things. Let me sit a bit more comfortable. Here's two things. One, sometimes there is a communication breakdown. And again, this is what I teach. Part of these strategies I give you in regards to relationship, there is so much upset in relationships that could be totally avoided if you just knew how to communicate. And what I often teach my clients, which is not something I say very often, is remember, when you're working with me, the other person isn't. So it's your job sometimes to bring in that communication in a healthy relationship so they can learn. Like, we are all on different paths. And one of the things that I really help you understand sometimes as well is, quite often when you think about relationships, and this is what people don't think about, they're on different paths. You've come from a different path, they've come from a different path. So how they were taught around relationships, how they were taught to communicate around relationships growing up, or we could go into other realms and stuff like that. But for now, let's keep it basic. It's going to be potentially very different to how you were. So it's getting on the same page. So that is when it's not actual gaslighting. That's when we're just learning to communicate with each other, and the other person understanding, because what can seem very threatening potentially to us or to them might just be a simple need of change of tone or change of tactic with how you speak. That doesn't mean changing you. We don't do that. We do growing and being the best version of you. So the other thing, if you are being gaslighted and you're questioning it and you're like, Faye, I don't understand. I really don't think I am controlling. I really don't think I am insecure. Is starting to look at the evidence around you separately. Now, this is something I teach about stepping back, literally learning to step back and assess the situation, or literally rise above it from a bird's eye view and look at it from an outside, healthy perspective. Because if you can find the evidence within you to say, actually, no, I'm not, one of two things can come from there. You can communicate that. And if the person potentially is gaslighting unintentionally, isn't aware that they're projecting, in a healthy relationship, you can really work on that. If the person just is actually quite toxic and narcissistic, it gives you the opportunity to put your boundary and pull back and regroup, find out what's going on. So gaslighting is such a crazy phase. And please, actually, I want to say this to you all, please be careful, because everyone likes to now label someone a narcissist, label someone gaslighting, label someone this. You know what your truth is. So be very careful not to be getting sidetracked by all these different words and all this different stuff. The truth is in within knowing your truth, within knowing where your power lies. So on that note, I'm going to shoot off. I'm sending you lots of love. Put your comments below. If you'd like to know more, then obviously DM me. I will let you know what current offers I have going on. If you are ready to look at coaching, if you're ready to look at transforming your love life, then DM me to get on a call and I can tell you what the current offers are. I'm sending you lots and